Hello everyone, this is David Lewis with Philosophy of Video Game Philosophy. I love Persona 3. I love Persona 3 Reload. Excited for it. And even though it's going down now, has not had its official lyrics out yet, we have the full song. So I felt like, as a Jung lover, the guy that's based on this series, and a singer, might as well break down this song. So without further ado, let's go! So, the sound of touching monsters, I say, what can I do? What if I can read its meaning? We're talking about understanding shadows. We're talking about understanding how people deal and fight these shadows. So, the shadows in the self shadows are obviously parts of the self that you reject, and in the context of Persona 3, the shadows are parts of apathy syndrome, which we learned from the Shadow Cry novel, which is with Strega, the evil organization. And so the fact that we're dealing with nihilism means the sound of touching monsters, I see, what if I can raise its meaning? Raise its meaning. One, I could raise its meaning I could raise the meaning of the monster, which is the nihilism, which is turning the understanding of the self and turning that into light. Or it means that if I can understand and I'm dealing with these monsters, it means that I'm understanding the archetypes and dealing with the shadows. So it means that if it's the sound of touching monsters I see, what if I can maybe think to myself, what is this shadow, and understand it's nihilism. So how can I incorporate that nihilism into light? How can I turn that maybe into a persona, especially in the context of Persona 4, even Persona 5, which is negotiating with the shadows and recruiting them to their side. Don't believe it's cracking. Must do what I must do to copy this down. Like, honestly, this is what I think about actually is dreams. Trying to just remember what how to remember our dreams when I go to a therapist. If you want to go to a therapist and tell them about your dreams, a lot of the time you forget. So there's some powerful dreams. You just got to copy them down. This is the guide to therapy. You got to copy it down. Remember, okay, I see a shadow about myself. That means, well, okay, I got to copy it down and say, hey, tell the therapist or tell someone that I have this symbol, this archetype, that's very important, and it's a shadow, and I can turn it into light. When I never want to wake up, this is the shadow. So again, what is the shadow? Nihilism. The shadow is the desire for death, the desire to not wake up, to sleep forever. As a YouTuber said, it's like, I'm insane. I want to sleep forever. We don't want to joke about suicide. Not joking. It's a YouTube poop about The Bachelor that has that joke, and it's funny. Not to say again, it's not actually funny. It's just humor is interesting. Okay, as a humorist myself, you can make jokes on dark things. Okay. Either way, better be wise when choosing battles. Mostly babbles, but when you actually understand when you choose your battles, that means that you're dealing with. But you're mostly babbling, because when mostly babbles actually thinks that you're insane. When you're talking about these archetypes, when you're talking about the archetypes, when you're choosing who you're talking to, this means that, well, hey, I might be insane, or maybe I'm not. What are you fighting for? What is the meaning of life? What are we fighting for in our lives? So obviously, you have to understand what you're fighting for. If everyone thinks that you're babbling, well, I'm not. You might be thinking I'm babbling, but I have the meaning. I know, as an academic myself, people are saying I'm babbling on about animality and all this stuff. But if I understand what I'm fighting for to save the planet, then that's all that good. Drop these bars in my sleep. Keep my tricks on my sleeve. This is meaning that when I'm dropping the bars in my sleep, that means that I actually have so much creativity and understanding of the unconscious that I can actually talk to them in my sleep and rap in my sleep and do artistically, creatively talk to the shadows in my sleep. Or he's just saying, I'm so awesome, I can just rap in my sleep, which Lotus Juice can. Just drop his bars in his sleep and keep his tricks up his sleeve. So basically, this is saying, so the tenacity I hold is hard to break down is likely the lyric or our hope. Either way, I'm going to go through the pain and understand what is real, understand that my life has meaning. There's also the idea that you're laughing behind my back. We can think about the shadow in some ways as a trickster toying with you. You have to, it is fun, it is a foe until you make it your friend. So when you deal with the shadow, it's laughing behind your back and messing with you because it will communicate you in a very strange way. That's what shadows do. But when you finally talk to it and are able to find a common language with it, because the unconscious is weird in its ways, then it's not a foe anymore and it's going to stop laughing. It's going to be your friend then. So, thirsty for blood, actually craving for love. This is possibly the idea of Freud, that all of our aggression is actually based on our sexual desires, or it's the Jungian idea is that all that aggressive instincts in ourselves is something that is actually looking for love. Think about this in the notion of Ken, spoiler, that he's obviously, he does his revenge on Shinjiro because of the death of his mother, because he thinks because Shinjiro did kill his mother out of he wasn't in control, but he did kill his mother. So when we think about that, well, that means that fundamentally the thirst in ourselves are the dark desires can be put towards a loving energy. Think about in Judaism, the animal soul can be something, the Yetzer Hara can be very selfish. But if you harness it to its fullest, it is the strongest thing that can love God. Crazy addiction. All this, yeah. What you're looking for when you're thinking about yourself and you are writhing in pain about how much your life doesn't matter and how everything's gonna go to shit. Well, think about this. It's your crazy addiction should just go numb, and what you're looking for is dumb. You don't. But when you do therapy, you're not gonna tell people that you're just dumb. You're gonna work through them. You're gonna be open to them, but fundamentally, that's what he does. Grab it stupid like a good boy. Take this time to die. So this is him saying, this is him getting angry at other people and his aggression, or us beating up the shadows. But it's like, no, we're gonna bring it back, please. Bring it back, please. Bring it back. No, we're bringing it back. Don't say that. This is again like I just want to wish that I could fast forward. This is somewhat of the idea that if you're too playful with life, you're gonna think that you can just dance through life and nothing's gonna matter. That is Strega's attitude. They just dance through life, nothing's gonna matter because everything's gonna end because that's the prophecy. I know we're getting more spoilery, but whatever. Wish that you could fast forward, but you can't fast forward. You have to live. You actually have to live with Strega's advice. You have to live life to the fullest, but also bear the consequences of what you're doing. Move like a now. Dance therapy though is powerful. It is how you express yourself, and the Persona, especially Persona 4 Dancing, tells you truly how that happens. I need to finish watching Persona 4 Dancing and talk about that. Ugh. The dirt is Earth. No, I'm not. Let me not overanalyze that. But he's just saying he's gonna. This is a battle song. This is a battle song. This is exactly what we're saying. All the new perspectives we gain. When this is the Nietzschean way. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Suffering is good for life because, I mean, in sort of the Jewish way, God gave you these struggles. God gave you these struggles, and that will ultimately make you love Him more because you have given life, if you believe, if you believe, um, gain from all the pain and stress makes it so that it will helpful. It will lead you to go forward. And Nietzsche, which disregards God, is going to say all the people who are pity you, who allow for like you should get rid of suffering. No, the suffering you have is going to let you to understand and know how to do something better so you won't suffer again. But something new is going to happen that's going to make you suffer. But that's just part of life. Life is, as much as I want to say that we are all loving, which is true, there will be struggles in life, and you have to deal with them, and that's the animalistic way. Exactly. Than ever before. So we'll go. I'm not back. The tenacity. I hold his heart to break down. It's too late for apologies. It's going down. Woo! All right. Please, Persona 3 Reload. It will be amazing. There will be extra content. I will cover it. I will talk about it. Because this game, I mean, this is the true heart of Young, is Persona 3. I love Persona 5 Strikers is my favorite still. But this really gets at the core Crisis of Meaning. Check out what I talked about with Lady Virgilia. And with Lady Virgilia, where we talked about how it is in Japanese context, because it's really profound. But the crisis of meaning, our spiritual problems, are very clear. And this song is just telling you how to deal with therapy. It's great. All right, this has been Daily's Philosophy of Video Game Philosophy. Peace.